especially when the 27th to go down to Las Vegas. That Cirque du Soleil is pretty cool.
I've never seen it, always wanted to.
Me too.
Okay, go.
Underneath
Dear Sophia, can you be quiet just for a second?
I don't want to.
Underneath your sink is a mysterious world of pipes and tunnels that take the dirty water away and clean it, and then they bring it back so someone else can use it.
Okay, go.
Underneath your sink is a mysterious world of pipes and tunnels that carry out the dirty water, clean it, and bring it back so someone else can use it. Underneath your sink is this mysterious world of pipes. Sorry, I'll do it again. Underneath your sink is a mysterious world of pipes and tunnels that carry away the dirty water, clean it, and bring it back so someone else can use it.
I'm ready, I'm going. I got a little bit of it the first time, but I'm going to go in closer now and see. We're going.
Wait. Just give me a second.
Ooh. Just a minute.
Okay.
Okay, hang on.
Is it picking anything up?
Yeah.
In a cardboard box, some clothespins and elastics, you can do this.
Okay, how about a few common household cleaners? Here, just hang on, let me make sure it's focused here.
With a cardboard box, some clothesline pins, elastic bands, and some common household cleaners, you can do this.
Okay, can you say, you can, so, let's go.
With a cardboard box, elastic bands, and some these things. What are these things called? What are these things? House, what are they called? Clothesline pins. Alright. With a cardboard box, clothesline pins and elastic bands, and some common household cleaners, you can do this.
Go.
With a cardboard box, some elastic bands, clothespins, and household cleaners, you can do this.
Okay, so playful.
With a cardboard box, some elastic bands, these things, and normal household cleaners. No, not normal household cleaners. With a cardboard box, some elastic bands, clothespins, and some household cleaners, you can do this. It's not happening.
With a cardboard box, some elastic bands and clothespins, and a few common household cleaners, you can do this.
With a cardboard box, some elastic bands, household cleaners, you can... No, it's not coming. This is the first time.
Okay, go.
With a cardboard box, some elastic bands, clothesline pins, and some common household cleaners, you can do this.
I am going.
When you stir a cup of tea, you create a toroidal vortex.
Okay, you want to say?
When you stir a cup of tea, you make a toroidal vortex, causing all the leaves to turn around and around and around. And eventually, they all settle in the middle.
Okay, go.
When air moves around itself sometimes really quickly, it creates a toroidal vortex like a hurricane or a tornado. You can create the same motion in a cup of tea. When you stir the cup of tea, you're creating a toroidal vortex.
So,
When air moves around itself, sometimes it creates a toroidal vortex like a hurricane or a tornado.
you start talking.
You can create a toroidal vortex in a cup of tea.
I think just say you might have noticed the same thing happening.
Okay.
Because you're going to say that they can create it with their air cannon.
Okay. You might have noticed the same thing happens when you stir a cup of tea. The leaves churn around. They go up the side and down the middle, and up the side and down the middle, and finally settling into one spot.
So I'm going.
You might have noticed the same thing happening when you stir a cup of tea. The leaves churn around, going up the side and eventually settling down in the middle.
Going.
When you stir a cup of tea, the leaves always come down to the middle. That's a toroidal vortex in there. The leaves are going up the side and down the middle. Up the side and down the middle.
You have to say it really enthusiastically.
You can also create a toroidal vortex this way. You can also create a toroidal vortex this way. But but the really amazing thing about paper is that it doesn't matter whether you're a 15th century monk or a lumber baron or a wasp. The process is exactly the same, even if you have a McDonald's garbage can. Can you stop it?
Go.
But the really amazing thing about paper is it doesn't matter whether you're a 15th century monk, a wasp, or a lumber baron, or just a guy with a McDonald's container. The process is exactly the same.
Okay, go.
But the really amazing thing about paper is that it doesn't matter whether you're a 15th century monk or a wasp or a guy with a French fry container, the process is exactly the same.
And go.
But the really amazing thing about paper is that it doesn't matter if you're a 15th century monk or a wasp or a guy with a French fry container, the process is exactly the same.
Okay, let's do it one more time. I'm just going to come closer a
Okay.
sec. That was good.
But the really amazing thing about paper is that it doesn't matter whether you're a 15th century monk or a wasp or a guy with a French fry container, the process is exactly the same.
Go.
But the really amazing thing about paper is it doesn't matter whether you're a 15th century monk or a wasp or a guy with a French fry container, the process is exactly the same.
And go.
But the really amazing thing about paper is it doesn't matter whether you're a 15th century monk or a wasp or a guy with a French fry container, the process is exactly the same.
Go.
But the really amazing thing about paper is it doesn't matter whether you're a 15th century monk or a wasp or a guy with a French fry container. The process is exactly the same. All you need is a blender to beat up a pulp. Let's say it again. All you need is a blender to beat up a pulp.
Okay, go.
All you need is a blender to beat up a pulp. Couple of old picture frames.
Let's do it one more time.
A couple of old picture frames. Couple of old picture frames.
Let's try with a smile.
Couple of old picture frames. Couple of old picture frames and some wire screening like from a window.
Okay, can you do them on either side of you?
A couple of old picture frames and some wire screening like from a window. And you can make your own paper like these. And you can make your own paper like these. Centuries ago, almost all paper was made out of old clothes, out of cotton and linen, beating them up and making them into paper. Centuries ago, almost all paper was made out of recycling old clothes, like cottons and linens, and beating them into a pulp. Centuries ago, almost all paper was made out of recycling old clothes like cottons and linens and beating them into a pulp. Centuries ago, almost all paper was made out of recycling old clothes like cottons and linens and beating them into a pulp. Centuries ago, almost all paper was made out of recycling old clothes like cottons and linens and beating them into a pulp.
Go.
An airplane wing is curved over the top and it's flat on the bottom. And what that does is it causes the air to go faster over the top than it does over the bottom. When the air goes fast over the top, there's a low pressure area created. Pressure from the bottom pushes up, and that's what lifts the plane off the ground.
Okay.
An airplane wing is curved over the top and it's flat over the bottom. The air going over the top goes over really, really quickly, causing the pressure there to drop. The high pressure in the bottom causes the plane to rise up. An airplane wing is curved over the top and it's flat on the. An airplane wing is curved over the top and it's flat on the bottom. As it moves through the air rushes past quickly over the top, creating a low pressure area. The bottom is a high pressure area, forces it to go up.
That's right. Try it again.
An airplane wing is curved over the top and it's flat on the bottom. As the air rushes over the top, it creates a low pressure area. The bottom is a high pressure area, causing the plane to lift up.
Okay.
Up and it's flat on the bottom. As it moves through the air, An airplane wing is curved over the top and it's flat on the bottom. As it moves through the air moves faster over the top, creating a low pressure area. The slower moving air on the bottom creates a high pressure area, and it's that difference in pressure that causes the plane to lift.
Okay, one more time.
Yep. An airplane wing is curved over the top and it's flat on the bottom. As it moves through the air moves quickly over the top, causing a low pressure area. The air moving on the bottom is slow, creating a high pressure area, and it's that difference in pressure that causes the plane to lift.
Go.
Suction cups work by creating a difference in air pressure.
Go.
Suction cups also work by creating a difference in air pressure. When the cups slammed together, they created a low pressure area, causing all the air out between them. When the cups slammed together, they forced all the air out. When the cups slammed together,
When the cups slammed together, they forced out all the air.
I know, I'm not saying slammed together correctly. When the cups slammed together, they forced out all the air between them, creating a low pressure area inside. Higher pressure on the outside is trying to force itself in, and it's holding these two cups together.
I'm going.
It's really hard to pull these out together. No. It's really hard to pull these apart. If you had any doubt, watch this.
No.
If you had any doubt on how strong air
If you
is,
had any doubt about...
if you had any doubt about how strong air is, watch this.
Okay, hang on. Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay,
Go. Okay.
one more time. Ready?
You don't have to stick right now because I'm just doing a close-up shot. It's off the ground.
Check it out. That's good.
Okay. Doing bench press. Time you're ready.
Check it out.
Really say check it out. But as you're lifting.
Check it out. Air pressure.
You just look at me one more time and say check it out with a smile.
Check it out.
No.
Air pressure.
Tough smile.
Tough smile. What the fuck?
Think of Joe.
Right out or what? Check it out. Nah. Check it out. Air
Check
pressure.
it out. Oh, you said it before. You said it great before.
Check it out.
No, check it out.
Check it out. Okay, like black people say it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Well, not too cliche, but
Alright. Check it out. Check it out.
okay. Now say it. Check it out.
Check it out.
Okay, now just say it straight. Check
Check
it
it
out.
out. Air pressure.